Gucci? Alright, yeah. What's poppin'? We just won this sick-ass fucking Love Live box. Because, like, out of all those good boxes I could have got, those are all cringe. This is based. Just like this deck. Motherfucking Goblin Slayer. First off, at level 0s, we actually only run 3 of, what's the actual name of this? Predetermined Outcome, Goblin Slayer. Honestly, a really cool profile as long as you have 5. It is a chaser, and as long as you have 5 or more cards in hand, it's a level 1 and becomes a 3k, and the thing facing it, and it can't side attack. So honestly, really good against, like, really good going first or second, honestly, if they have, like, bombs and stuff, and you can just run in front of bombs, and their bombs do nothing, and they cry. Honestly, I'm very kind of like iffy on running 3. I kind of want to run 4, but there's not a whole lot of space in this deck because events take up a lot of space. Next up, we have the Sword Maiden Ricky. She's on play, pay 1, clock yourself, and you can search your deck for any Goblin Slayer. So this includes stuff like your Goblin Slayer early play or Goblin Slayer finisher. Honestly, so it's pretty different from a lot of other Rickies. Where most of them you just grab level 1 or lower, but you only really have like one target into a level 1 combo, so it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you might want to grab another copy of this, or just a copy of this to be able to beat over some of their things. All in all, really good card. Also, we run 3 of Bewitching, Beloved Archbishop Sword Maiden. Base 15k, on attack, pump herself or anything else on your field 15. So you can get her to like 3k, her to 3k, or like your Goblin Slayer to like 4 or 5, which is very stupid big. And then at the end of your Encore step, or at the start of the Encore step, if you don't have anything that is reversed, or you don't have anything that's rested, if everything's reversed or not there, you can pay 1 to rest her, so that is another way to plus. So this is like 9 plussing zeros right here. You are going to have a very good level 0 game. Cowgirl promo, really good for filtering out your hand and honestly just drawing cards that can help you. Because you'll on play reveal top card. You can reveal top card of your deck if it's a character, add it to hand and discard, and then discard a character to draw. So you can dig 2 more cards deep, get into like Climax's events, or filter out Climax's events that are in your hand that are clogging up, and then replace them with actual playable cards. Next, we run 2 of the Cowgirl Salvage Brainstormer. She also has a Climax combo with the Standby that says you can pay 1, pop her to hand, and stand anything on your field. Honestly, we don't really use this ability too much, but sometimes when you have like a lot of like stock heavy level 0 tools and you need to standby stuff out, or you just don't find your level 1 Climax combo, being able to standby out like a 2/2 is honestly just all the value you need. But more times than not, we are never going to use this, and we kind of just run standby for the standby trigger in it of itself because it's such a good trigger in this deck. For our 1-0s, we have our 1 Drop Searcher. On play, you can look at the top card and put it on top or bottom, and then you can also drop search. Obviously, you always want to drop search first, and then see, yes, do I want to trigger this card, or is this a climax so I can brainstorm? Pretty good card. More or less just a way to filter our hand and to make sure what we can trigger. 1 copy of our Search Brainstormer. Ironically, this is the Brainstormer that we most want to see on our field, but we don't complain if we have the salvage. We would prefer this one, but salvage is good and a Climax combo, so it's obviously, I think it's a bit better to run 2-in-1. This is easily grabbable off of all different ways to search, and you have torch and everything else. Speaking of ways to grab it, we have a Moment of Peace Cowgirl. She has 2 on-play effects. You can discard a torch to salvage a character, or discard a climax to salvage a character. Honestly, just a good way. If you're flooding climaxes, grab anything in your grave, flood it in torches, grab anything in your grave. Just another filter tool. Moving on to level 1s, we have the level 1 Goblin Slayer. If you have 2 or more characters, he is a 6K. And then on attack, if you have the Door Climax in play, you can search your deck or your graveyard for a card named Torch. Now, there's 2 torches. There's a Trial Deck Torch, which we're running 3 of, that says is essentially a camera event or Hestian Knife, but less restricted. All you need is a Goblin Slayer in play, and you can play the card. Top check up to 4, grab any character, gets the rest. Really good. Synergizes really well with one of our level 2 pieces. And our other torch that we run is the torch from the main set. Is more of a grappling hook type of effect. If your opponent has like a brainstormer or a level assister in the back row that you kind of want to get rid of, you can back up because these stay stupid big. You back up, play this next turn, drag their brainstormer or assister to the front, and murder it with your Goblin Slayers. We run 2 1K1 backups. When you're playing for board super early, you want ways to protect it. 1K1 backups are really good in doing that. For level 2s, we have one of our 2 standby targets, 2 of the Unyielding Stance Goblin Slayer. Gets 1,000 for each other character and has an Encore. Stupid basic profile. Honestly, there just we have something to stand by out at level 2, and is a 2-soul beater in case we don't keep looping our climax combos. So we have a way to push damage and can just stay big. Also that's our main restand target if we cannot find our level 1 climax combo. Our main standby target though is this 2/1 Cowgirl. On the field, she's a global 1K, and whenever you play any event, this B, thank you, on your turn or your opponent's turn, you give something equal to the number of characters you give something power times 500 equal to the number of characters on your field. So if you have Cowgirl in a full field and you play a Torch on your turn or your opponent's turn, you're going to give a character plus 2K. Really cool play you can do is if your opponent has something stupid big, you can play a Torch, pump the lane. You can play a Torch, pump a lane that's not in battle because she can target any character. And then once your opponent swings to do their big thing, you can back up against it for a 4K essential counter and beat over their big thing. So yeah, generally want to get this out as early as possible. If you sack this into play with a standby off the top doing your Goblin Slayer combo, you're having a great day. If not, it's 1 stock, you can play from hand, not too shabby, or you can just stand by out the following turn. 1 anti-change backup, honestly might cut this, but anti-change is good, kinda, except not this one. It sends straight to waiting room, so they can easily encore it, but it can still get rid of an attack if they are attacking it and you use the anti-change effect. Duffel bag, it's just an event, grabs Torch or Gate Scroll, which is an event we'll get to later. Honestly, just a good way to, like, if you need to mill through your deck, you can grab a Torch. If you need to protect yourself at level 3, you can grab a Gate Scroll. Pretty solid card, just a filter tool, honestly, like a lot of this deck. We run 1 of the full board early play. On play, you can discard a card and you can search your deck for any event. So, albeit Duffel Bag, either 2 Torches, Gate Scroll, whatever. And during your turn, he gets 500 for each other character, so he'll set out 11-5 on your turn and 9-5 on the opponent's turn. We also run 1 of the Bursting with Vigor Cowgirl. She is a 2 or less climax and drop early play. On play, top check X the number of your characters. Solid tool to get into events or climaxes or other characters you want to play down or backups, whatever you want. And then also provides a little bit of deck speed. And then on attack, also pump something equal to the number of characters you have times 500. So on attack, full field, pump 2K. Solid card, really nice. Helps you get these 2 in combination tend to help you get over a bunch of big stuff with the 2/1 and a level 3 we'll go over shortly. We run 2 of the Merciful Priestess Trial Deck card. On play heal, and she continuously gets 500 for each of your other characters. Generally, we play this kind of to heal down a little bit if we're at like 3-2 at the start of our turn or 3-1. And it is a optional standby target because she will sit at 11-5, and that is a very, very big number. get the shiny one on top. Next we have our quote-unquote finisher of the deck, this trial deck Goblin Slayer. During your turn, opponents cannot play backups, battling with battles involving him, which is really nice because his finisher effect requires a reverse, so this allows us to be able to say, no, I know I'm bigger, you're not going to pull some nay shenanigans and make me smaller. And it's on reverse, pay 3, burn 2. Honestly, it's not the best, but like, it's the best we have with Goblin Slayer, unless I want to run 8 door, which not the biggest fan of. Next we have our 2 super boosters, Enchanting Look Switch. All characters in front of her gain 2,000 power, and whenever you take damage and don't cancel it, you can look at the top card, leave it on top, or mill it. If you have 2 of these bad girls out, you're fucking gaming, because if you cancel damage, you get to mill 2 cards, and if one's a climax, just leave it on top. If not, just keep digging, and that'll most likely get you into your next cancel. Last 2 cards are our Gate Scrolls. Originally, I was running 1 Gate Scroll, but then as the more I played this deck, I realized I want to see Gate Scroll more. This card's too good to not have. So we're running 2. If you have a full field, you can bounce one of your opposing characters in battle. So if they attack and they have like an after attack effect or just straight up attacking, you can bounce it to their hand and you can just negate the attack. They'll still get the trigger effect, but you can bounce it to the hand. They can't deal damage to you, and if they have any after battle effects, they won't go off. And that's essentially it. Any changes that I'd make, I'd probably actually cut this for another level 0 Goblin Slayer, but that's pretty much it. I still want to have anti-changes as an option, but deck's running thin on slots, so you only have 1 of each of the early plays. That's how greedy we're getting. So yeah, that's pretty much it.